Zhang versus Joyce 2. Post-fight reaction for the big heavyweight fight in Wembley. Let's talk about it now on BWTM Sports Gaming Live. It's good to be back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to BWTM Sports Gaming. Back in the studio, let's talk about Joyce versus Zhang, or Zhang versus Joyce 2, the rematch. Oh dear. So I'm going to start with this statement. Joyce was set up. I'm convinced of that this man was set up for this fight with Zhang. I'm convinced. Do you know why I think Joyce and Zhang was a set-up fight? Because if you remember, I said to you before the go into this fight, I heard in the corridors of boxing, and I don't even live in England no more, on the other side of the world in Africa. And I heard this was their script. Joyce will fight Zhang. Joyce will get beat by Zhang. Joyce will take the rematch with Zhang. Joyce will get beat by Zhang. And that ultimately will bring the end to the career of Joyce. So now, questions must be asked. Like, these things start going back to what I really do feel that I think I'd be a not bad boxing manager, seriously, because I see so much rubbish in boxing. I see so much rubbish being talked in boxing. Like, for example, I've been saying for years, Ismail Salas is not a boxing, he's not a heavyweight trainer, first and foremost. I questioned Ismail Salas for ages. That was the first thing. I called Joyce the British George Foreman. And let me tell you something now. There's nothing wrong with Joyce's style. With a but. If you put in him with the sort of opponents like Joseph Parker, like Bryant Jennings and Bremain Stavern, that's fine. That's good. And there are a lot of heavyweights that Joyce could beat today. Still could beat today. But why'd you put him in with a 6'6" man mountain who boxes southpaw and is a former Olympic medalist, silver medalist? People say he should be a gold medalist. Why'd you do that? For a interim WBO title fight? That's not management. What is it that inspired these people to take Zhang on in the first place? There's a reason why Derek Chisora wanted no piece of Zhang. There's a piece that there was a hint there that Joshua wanted no piece of Zhang. At that point, when Joshua refused to fight Zhang, that should have been alarm bells. But Joyce said, quote, Joshua didn't want any smoke with Zhang, but I'm up for the fight. Why? What were you to gain beating Zhang? If you'd beaten Zhang, nobody really knew Zhang. The Herkovich fight, well, it's okay, fine. But if you beat Zhang, people say, well, Herkovich did it, or he's a 40-year-old man, or he's Chinese. China don't have no heavyweights, or well, who's this guy? He's like an old man. So that was an absolute no-no of fighting Zhang. Absolute no-no. So you fight Zhang the first time, the guy busts up your eye, right? Busts up your eyes, causes damage. And then you've got 5 months later, you're going into a rematch. If you look at Joyce's eye, there's a big ring under his eye. And I was like to myself, that ring under your eye hasn't completely healed. And if your eye hasn't completely healed, how can you have the confidence to go out and box Well, the eye is not completely healed. You put on more weight. How can you put on 25 more pounds of weight or whatever it was and then be slower? All these idiots within the boxing media that say he needs to put on more weight. Like, no, he needs to swerve this fight. Completely swerve this fight. There are a lot of people that talk a lot of rubbish on social media. A lot of people talk a lot of rubbish, and boxing experts that talk a lot of rubbish. Oh yeah, he'll pack the power, pack the weight on, so he'll have more power. It's rubbish. It's not. You're not packing on weight against a guy that already has your number. It's got excellent boxing skill as it is. Zhang is a very good boxer, and oh yeah, will he'll tire in the second half of the fight. You have to get to the second half of the fight first. You're not going to get to the second half of the fight boxing like Joyce does. It's like a no-no. And Joyce is not going to change his style. That's the way he is. He's going to walk through opponents. But you don't walk for opponents who've got accuracy and boxing IQ the way Zhang has. So even when Joe was throwing his punches, Zhang's just tucking up, waiting for the opportunity, and boom, left hand straight for the middle. And what is this stuff Joe's doing? He moves head. It's like, I'm just waiting. He says, you know what? Zhang's going to time this guy. It's only a matter of time, because what you're doing is not natural to you. What you're doing, all this stuff and all this, it's not natural. It's not a natural movement to you, my friend. And because it's not a natural movement to you, there's no way in 5 months you're going to get, as soon as you get zanged, as soon as you get hit with that left hand, you're going to go back to the same old rubbish. And I said it, as soon as you get hit with that left hand, you're going to go back to doing the same old rubbish. I warned Joyce and his people beforehand. He needs to get rid of that manager, Adam Morley. Get rid of him, because he hasn't got a clue what he's talking about. Oh, yeah, well, if he throws this amount of punches in a fight. Yeah, well, where did that get you in this fight? Your boy didn't throw punches in this fight. Your boy didn't throw punches in this fight because he had no confidence. The reason why your boy didn't have any confidence, because he knew as soon as he opened up, he was going to hit a straight left hand. That's the first thing. The other reason why your boy didn't have any confidence, it don't make sense. How can you went in the fight lighter because you thought you'd have a speed factor and speed would be your advantage. So if you thought speed was going to be advantage, oh, my diet wasn't right, so I'm coming in heavier. How can you come in heavier thinking you're going to outspeed the opponent when a guy's got faster hands? The guy's already got faster hands than you, and you're getting there heavier. That's dumb. That's the sort of stuff boxing is a cesspit, right? The media. Because the stuff they're talking out there, if you listen to it, is going to get you in trouble. So you're a lot slower in there. You can't move your head off the line, right? You get hit with straight punches all the time. Zhang's making you fight off your back foot. Well, you're used to coming forward. So Zhang's got you on your back foot. And you're petrified. You're not petrified of getting hit on your chin. You're petrified of getting hit on your eye. Because your eye went the first time. And you haven't given your eye enough time to heal. And you damn well knew it. Your eye has not healed properly. So your boxing, he's not terrified of what's going on. He's terrified of going blind. I'm convinced that Joyce's eye had not completely healed. Don't tell me in 5 months of all that swelling under the eye, he had the line he had under the eye. So where was he doing his sparring? So what was he sparring? Was he sparring with with covering his eyes? So how was he sparring? Absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. And this man, Joyce, his heavyweight career is in tatters and ruins because of poor management, poor decision making, and bad matchmaking. Why the hell did you go and fight Zhang? Now you've been knocked out. Last fight, you got stopped on your feet. This time, you got knocked out. Now, let's not go completely into Joyce here, because the shot that set up Joyce was the right hand, not the left hand. Now, before I stop there, I want to give credit to Sean George, the trainer of Zhang, he was just talking facts. He did not trust the judges. We have to knock Joyce out because we don't trust the judges here. And he told Adam Morley, you don't know shit about boxing. That's a fact. Why Joyce has got that manager, I've got no idea. I also asked him a question, Why did David Haye distance himself from Joe Joyce? Why did Sam Jones like distance himself from Joe Joyce? Why? Why have these guys left Joe Joyce? Oh, well, Sam Jones went to do management somewhere else. Okay. What happened to David Haye? David Haye was backing Joyce. What happened? Why did that all break down? And then I said to you all as well, I'm looking at Joe Joyce's energy. It's one of two things. He's really confident he's going to win this fight, or he's masking his concerns. And it's the second one. He was masking his concerns when he's smiling and joking and jovial. He had real concerns going into the fight. I don't think he believed he could beat Zhang. I really don't. I really don't. But he was kind of like, I remember when he got hit with a left hand. If you watch, when he got hit with a left hand in the second round, he went, but you look at him in the third round, he's jumping up and down. Do you know he's jumping up and down? That jumping up and down is like when you're back in the amateurs. He's jumping up and down like this. And I mean, myself, as soon as I'm seeing him do that, I'm thinking flashbacks of the amateurs. No, I've got to be light. I've got to be light. I've got to be light. And it just seemed to me that Joe Joyce got in that ring and he was alone. He was alone. He was left alone in the ring. And when I mean alone, I mean no trainer to ask to go to. No trainers to go to. Your manager don't know shit about boxing. And then your promoter, which is your promoter can't fight for you. Your promoter can only say, I think he's going to get the rematch in. I think he's going to get the job right. He's going to do this. He's packed some weight on. And he's just got to spin the narrative. He's got to say something because he's got to promote his fighter. But ultimately, Frank probably knew the writing was on the wall for Joyce. Guy can't change. So if you know the guy can't change, why would you put him in? Joyce doesn't look like he's got a clue how to fight southpaws. The only thing, I actually think he can beat Usyk. Because Usyk doesn't hit like this guy, Zhang. He's not got the height and the weight. So therefore, if you're fighting Usyk now, you're walking Usyk down because you've got the strength. That's where your strength. You got a boxer. You got to use the Juggernaut's strength. His strength is physically strong. He's big. He's imposing. And I still believe he's still big. He's still strong. He's still imposing. He still takes a great shot, and he's still got great stamina. The thing is here, you don't do that. You don't use, that's matchmaking. You don't put him in. I'd put him in with Usyk tomorrow, and he'd do a better job than Dubois, and he'd do a better job than Joshua. Why? Because A, he takes a great shot. B, he's quite happy to close Usyk down. And C, when he gets Usyk up close, he'll rough Usyk up. Because the way Joyce fights, his best attributes, Joyce, is when you put your back against the ropes. And Usyk has no problems putting himself against the ropes. As we've seen against Joshua, we've seen against Dubois. If Joyce can put Usyk back against ropes, I backed Joyce. I would have backed Joyce to become heavyweight champion of the world, but now they've ruined that guy. That man now needs to find himself over with James Ali Bashir ASAP. Get your ass over to Ali Bashir and rebuild your heavyweight. You haven't got a lot of time. Rebuild your heavyweight career. And the way you rebuild your heavyweight career, pick fights that suit your style. Stop listening to the narrative of British boxing experts. They're talking absolute crap because as soon as you get beat, they're quick to turn around and tell you, this is his, he's lost now and it's the end of his career. Really? Derek Chisol's lost, 15 fights in his career. What the hell are you talking about? And he just fought for the world title against Tyson Fury. So Joe Joyce loses one fight and he loses against a guy who arguably is in the top 3 best heavyweights in the world today, proven. What the hell is BT Sports talking about? Or TNT? What are they talking about? Oh, he's lost one fight. He's lost 2 fights now. It's the end of his career. It's the end of his career if he keeps fighting Zhang. If he keeps fighting Zhang, it's the end of his career. So why are you talking such rubbish? I don't get it. But I've always felt with Joe Joyce, they've always been trying to get him beat. If you look at his career and the sort of career he's had moving up, he's probably got the best prospect, contender, heavyweight record moving up the ranks. If you look at his resume, better resume than Lennox Lewis, better resume than Mike Tyson, better resume than Muhammad Ali. Look at the quality of fighters that Joyce was fighting in up to his 15th fight. Quality, not bums. Good fighters. Good quality fighters. Former world champions. Or top contenders. I don't understand it. So those people that spin the narrative of, oh, once your chin goes, you get hit with a big shot like that, your career's over. Well, hold on. Did Lennox Lewis get knocked out like similar to that? He got knocked out. Then he got knocked out by Hassan Rahman. The thing that Joe Joyce doesn't have on his side is age. But, okay. If you maneuver him correctly, he can get a world title shot. No problems. He's still got the power. You don't have to worry about Joyce when it comes to speed and reflexes because he's not that type of guy. And guys like George Foreman, you look at George Foreman, went into his 40s. Because George Foreman went into his 40s and he still became heavyweight champion of the world. Joyce has still got punching power, but I'd like to see him work with James Ali Bashir simply because Bashir will teach him how to turn his punches over. Joyce is just like, I don't know. When he throws his punches, is like, he's not driving punches. He's not punching through. He's punching at the target. He's not punching through the target. And I don't know why he's doing it. It's like tip, tap, tip, tap, tip, tap. I don't know. It's all that nonsense ballerina shit that Salas is teaching him. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't rate Ishmael Salas. I think he's garbage for Joe Joyce. I'd like to see, either Joyce go Stacey McKinley or someone like Ali Bashir. A good trainer. Even the guy that's training Zhang at the moment, I'll get him to train Joyce. Why? Because he knows Joyce inside out. And he knows, and they know, right, listen, Zhang and Joyce ain't going to fight again, right? Zhang and Joyce ain't going to fight again. You forget that. Zhang is a better fighter. So Joyce keeps his mouth shut. Go and train with Sean George. I think he's a really good trainer. Imagine he knocked out Joyce with a right hand, not the left hand this time. He's a really good trainer. Pardon me there. I think he's a really good trainer. And I think we really need to look at these people who they call boxing experts because they are frauds. Anybody who's telling you today that Joe Joyce packing on more weight was going to make him a better fighter, talking crap. Anybody tells you that in 5 months, Joe Joyce was going to change his style significantly to beat Zhang is talking rubbish. Anybody who tells you in 5 months that, you're a boxer and your eyes, you get an injury to your eye and you can come back and fight within 5 months, is talking rubbish. And anybody who tells you as well that your eye is going to be healed and ready to fight within 5 months, you see the damage of that eye. Nobody knows exactly the full extent of that damage to that eye. I would like to know the doctor's report going into that fight with Zhang. They won't release that information. So he could have been fighting injured and we didn't know anything about it. And if he was injured and his sight in the eye wasn't as good as we thought it would be, why do you think he would? I don't trust anything in boxing anymore because I know how savage people can be. That's what people are saying. Top call, Ingram. I hate the fact it's a top call. Joyce done now. Please don't spin that narrative. Don't be like them, Johnson. If you know better, don't be like them. Wow, Zhang problems. Joyce got tucked in Chinese power. A problem for all other fighters, especially with Zhang being a southpaw. He got zanged. That's it. In fact, Ingram. Damn, ended Joyce's career. Never thought I'd see him like that on his face. No, his career's not ended. His career is not ended. Derek Chisora has had 15 losses. He's still boxing. He's still thinking about taking 3 more fights. Come on, guys. Don't spin that narrative that he's lost. If Joe Joyce had got beaten by Derek Chisora, then maybe I'd have said, yeah, Joyce's career's over. But he got beat by Zhang. Are you disrespecting Zhang? He's a top operator. Mentally, that eye was closed for Joyce. An absolute horrible night for him. Yeah, that's what I think. When I looked at him jumping up and down like that, he looked to me like he knew that it was the end there. And he also was like trying to get himself up, motivated. But he was scared. He looked like a little boy. When he was jumping up and down like that on the screen, he just looked like a little boy to me. He looked like a little boy, and I felt so sorry for him. Think we're looking at the best heavyweight, y'all? Chinese, shake my head. Mate, well, I know Tyson Fury won't want any bit of that. John Fury will swerve that fight with Tyson Fury. They don't want any of that. Points of no return. Long road back. LOL. Yeah, that's what they'll say. Was Uncle and Dubois a one-shot deal? Yes, I would think so. That's why you didn't see me say too much about it. Zhang versus AJ. AJ will get splattered by Zhang. Absolutely destroyed by Zhang. Absolutely destroyed. If you want to see AJ fall on his face the same way that Zhang did, call AJ's name up. Because Zhang will hit AJ. So if Usyk is hurting AJ, God forbid what happens if Zhang lands that left hand, and he will land it. He'll walk straight for AJ. I'm sorry. Probably use Frank Brewer's doctors to get the all clear for Joyce. Probably. Stars make fights. Joyce can get different fights. That's what I agree with, bro. True that. Yeah. So, this guy is what this guy here, Zhang, is doing what the old school world contenders would do to become heavyweight champion of the world. Dubois can't beat Zhang. And Tyson Fury's got a problem. He's got a problem because he's got a guy who's an Olympian. It's not Deontay Wilder here who might be Olympian but can't box. This guy can box and he's got punching power. And for 5, 6, I wouldn't even go along with the narrative that these idiots are going along with. When he tires. You've got to get past that power first. You've got to get past that power. If you can get past that power, now we've got a conversation happening. But you're going to get hit with that left hand, just like Deontay Wilder. You're going to get hit with the right hand. This guy can knock you out of the right hand, and he can knock you out of the left hand. You've just seen it tonight. He can knock you out of either hand. Zhang was created in Wuhan. Actually, that's not true. I've known Zhang for a long time. Was it Zhang? Zhang was trained... I think Tommy Brooks was working with Zhang years ago when Price was still fighting. More chance Eddie calling Conor Benn a drugs cheat than Zhang with AJ. Not happening. You know it's not happening. Is Zhang the new king of who needs him? No, I think he's the king of we need him because it's in China, and China will bring a lot of money. And I'm going to say this right now about Ngannou and Tyson Fury. Be careful. Tyson Fury, be careful. Be careful. Be very, very careful, Tyson Fury. Telling you now, be very careful. I went back and look at... I was talking about Ngannou years ago. And I said, this guy would make a good boxer. What a lot of people on BT Sports, TNT, and around the world are missing out on is this guy actually fights with his hands like this. He's not a guy that's doing a lot of kicking. He's doing a lot of fighting. He's a guy that's lost and come back and got better, and lost and come back and got better. This guy doesn't mind taking a shot or two. He doesn't mind. He's coming for you, and he's coming to hurt you. Tyson Fury, be careful. They're talking about lots of money and having more money in the world. There's a thing called karma. The boxing gods and karma. Be very, very careful, Tyson Fury. I'm telling you now, be careful. It's one punch, and you're preparing for the unknown. Tyson going bang, 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 bang. Yeah, okay. But you might get hit with something. Be very careful, Tyson. I've said it out there now. Be very careful. I went and watched some footage of Tyson Fury, of Ngannou, and people say, "Oh, this guy's never had a boxing fight before." Let me tell you something. The guy's fought before. All these guys are saying, "Ngannou can't box. Ngannou can't do this. Ngannou can't do that." Okay, let me see you going in the ring with Ngannou then. Ngannou is dangerous. It's one fight only. that you need to land, get in there and land a shot. That's it. Against the heavyweight champion of the world, who's been dropped by a guy who can't box, which is Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder cannot box, according to the narrative. He can punch, he can't box. So who's fundamentally better in a boxing ring, Ngannou or Wilder? Who throws the straighter punches, Ngannou or Wilder? And the difference between Ngannou and a lot of people say he's fought the best of the best in his division. He's been beaten by the best and come back and beat the best. And even now, John Jones is going to fight the guy's name again. He's going to fight him now. And everyone's not so sure. It's like, yeah, Jones is going to mess him up. Jones fans will say that, but they're not sure. They're like, yeah, the guy is Stipe. He's a bit old now, but still, he's still, let's call him the greatest heavyweight. Stipe, yeah? So go there, stay there. I don't for 1 second underestimate Anthony Ngannou for a second. It's only people who follow the narrative of TNT Sports, and all them idiots that turn and say, they're the same people that told you, if you put more weight on, you're going to be faster. If you listen to those same idiots, are the same idiots that may be giving a narrative of now, well, or Talk Sport, they'll tell you, oh, now, well, Ngannou's a joke fight. Don't listen to that rubbish. Please, don't listen to it. Don't listen to that rubbish. Yes, Anthony, how you doing? But it's a puncher's chance. Yeah? So that is one of the most ridiculous statements that a person can make. It's rubbish. That's like you going in a shower and saying it's water's chance. When you're in the shower, the purpose of being in the shower is to get wet. Well, that's what the purpose of the shower, yeah? So when you say a boxer's got a puncher's chance, particularly a world-class puncher, that doesn't make no sense to me. This guy is clear and present danger. This guy in Ngannou's clear, forget Wilder. This guy's clear and present danger. I'm telling you, this guy's clear and present danger. This guy is an animal. I'm telling you now. He gets close to Tyson and he detonates. There's a problem. This guy is dangerous. He doesn't give a damn about Tyson Fury. He doesn't care about Tyson Fury. He doesn't get into Tyson Fury, all the blah, 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 blah from Tyson Fury. He doesn't care. He's focused. This guy is dangerous. He's lost. He's won. He's lost. He's won. This guy is dangerous. Ngannou, I'm telling you now, dangerous. Just dangerous. For the minute I looked at Ngannou and I saw Ngannou looking at Fury, he's looking it up and down. I'm looking, this guy is a proper predator. You watch a man's body language. He's already Ngannou's already in shape. He's looking at Tyson Fury. Where can I hit you? I can hit you in your gut. I'll just work your gut. I don't have to hit you in your chin. I just work your gut. I'll work your body. Be careful, Tyson Fury. Be careful. Be very careful, Tyson Fury. He could end Tyson Fury's career. Imagine if he knocks Tyson Fury over now. Fury's meant to beat Ngannou. That is the narrative, and it's a mismatch. This fight is no mismatch. It's not like this guy has been pulled off the UFC. He's had 1 fight or 2 fights. This guy, and he comes from a boxing background. He's stand-up. Oh, Jesus. We called it, rude boy. Joyce is done out here. I don't know. Good evening to you, Shook. Spot with Ngannou and Wilder. You can't have it both ways. No, you can't. Only one TNT Sports, you and Simeon. That's the one. That's the only TNT. It ain't for no belts, though. It don't matter. It don't matter. Belt or no belt. You get hit with the right hand or the left hook by Ngannou. It doesn't matter about belt or no belt. It's whether you're going to get up or not. If the WBC heavyweight champion gets splattered by Francis Ngannou, we have a problem in their heavyweight division. And with all the stuff that Tyson Fury is doing at the moment, with all the stuff, the rubbish he's talking about, I don't want to box. He should be stripped of the title now. Tyson Fury should be stripped of the WBC title. Yeah, I said it. He should be stripped to the WBC title. He should be stripped to the title. Yes, he's doing a crossover fight. Yeah, do your crossover fights. Do whatever you do. Let the heavyweight division continue without you. then come back and fight for the WBC title and become 3-time heavyweight champion of the world. Whatever. Fury's the only one seeing this in an exhibition. The way Tyson is training Ngannou to rip the body and be explosive inside tells a different story. And Ngannou with the Drago haircut. Tyson Fury, be very, very careful. John Fury, be very careful. I keep telling you guys, I got a bad feeling when this fight was made with Joyce. And this one, the way Tyson Fury is talking about, I've got bags of money. I'm getting the biggest money deal in the world. You know when you get cherry picks and you pick them wrong? This could be the one. If Ngannou even gets close to dropping Tyson Fury, you need to open your eyes. Because if Ngannou, with no fights in their boxing division, can go and drop Fury or give him problems, so pray. All you people out there, pray it's a mismatch. For the world of boxing and heavyweight boxing, pray it's a mismatch. Pray that Fury can negotiate himself out of a fight with Ngannou, that he can negotiate himself out of the fight safely. Pray to God. Because if he doesn't, and he gets done over by Ngannou, we have a problem, a serious problem. Because ask yourself the question, if Ngannou were to do the unthinkable and to knock Tyson Fury out, would he be fast to get into a rematch? Or would he run into entire retirement? We never know what Tyson Fury's like if he lost the fight. What would he do? Ali had crossovers. Are you comparing Muhammad Ali with Tyson Fury? Are you comparing Muhammad Ali with Tyson Fury? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. The only interest in the Fury fight for me is if Ngannou wins. Tyson's taking the P, of course. Evan Smith. Fury tettering or tottering or supposed to be an exhibition. This does not bode well for the Gypsy King. You can hear it, can't you? How many rounds is it? Ngannou will land. I don't care how many rounds it is. It takes one shot. One shot. Up close. Steve Cunningham put Tyson Fury over. Steve USS Cunningham dropped Tyson Fury. Nevin Pajcek dropped Tyson Fury. John McDermott beat Tyson Fury in that first fight. Fury's not moving anywhere. He's just standing right in front of you now. He's a stationary target. If it was a Tyson Fury that I was fighting Klitschko, I'd have less concerns. But it's a Tyson Fury who's very hittable. I was about to call Scotland Yard and report WBC having been kidnapped, and I know the suspect as well. Sheesh. Fury needs to relinquish. He needs to give that belt up. Do your exhibition bouts. I don't care. It's good. It's exciting. Entertaining. Do the crossovers. I don't care. But don't hold up WBC and don't hold up the heavyweight division. Got the heavyweight division on ransom. And what have you got to justify that? Defenses against Chisora and Dillian White? Is that the reason why you're the prestigious WBC heavyweight champion? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Man, make him recess. Put them in recess. I think Zhang beats Fury, but Zhang and Usyk is a harder one to call. Boxing is so sick of Fury's antics. Usyk in the rematch was declared lineal. That's how fed up boxing is with the man. Yep. There'll be a lot of people hoping that Ngannou does the unthinkable, because if he does the unthinkable, it wipes Fury out of the heavyweight division. Imagine. Oh, the return of Conor Benn tonight. My thoughts on it is I don't like it. If he's cleared to fight, let him fight in England. That's it. if he's cleared to fight. And then the McCaskill fight with Sandy Ryan's very tasty. Rick Ramos and Sandy Ryan's trainer. Something's going on there. It seemed very, very uncomfortable up there. Very, very uncomfortable. I'm looking to see what he does tonight. They do tonight. This is it's supposed to be only an exhibition, Rocky 5. Yeah. Yeah. That's how some of the biggest upsets happen. This would be an upset to those who thought it's a rematch, a mismatch. But to those who actually I would advise you all, go back and watch Francis Ngannou. It's not like Francis Ngannou, fact, Francis Ngannou throws punches better than Joe Joyce. Francis Ngannou throws shots better than Joe Joyce. And if Joe Joyce could throw punches like Francis Ngannou, it'd be something. So that's my thoughts on it. Leif, good evening. It's great to see you, my brother. It really is good to see you on the show. Thank you to everybody who's contributed on this. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and leave your comments. I may stick around tonight to watch the return of the Dark Destroyer. Haven't seen Ben and compared to you, but actually lean towards you back to win against Ben. I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to see Ben cleared in the UK. I want to see him get cleared in the UK. Don't care what Eddie Hearn's talking about. I want him cleared in the UK. Simona Halper in tennis has been suspended for 4 years, so Conor Benn has been treated strangely. That is something. Does tell you something, doesn't it? All right. Joyce waited too long with his start to push for a title fight. Now he's going to get back in line and wait his turn. He was looking too dangerous against Joseph Parker. That's what I thought. Glad to be here, Ingram. BWTM, FTW. Thank you very much. Right. Let me sign out. Guys, it's been good. It's good to be back in the old studio doing the old stuff as usual. Don't get to do that often, but I've enjoyed it. Thank you all so much. See you soon. Take care.